All right. So, welcome everyone. First off, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to come out with us and talk with us about your film and your work. It's really an honor. First, I just want to say, if you can tell everyone what film is yours and what were the uh, what were the ideas and the thoughts that went into the creation of this film?
So my film is entitled Pour Your Heart Out. This was kind of an interesting culmination, I would say, of like my love for certain directors as well as a personal
Hmm.
project. I like to think when I write stuff as a therapy, because to me, cinema is always therapy. So when I wrote this, I was in a relationship that was not too great, but also it kind of helped spark this story about a woman who would just cook for this husband, and all he does is just neglect her. And
Hmm.
my love for this also came with the cinematography as well as like the body horror elements of it. I really love Cronenberg a lot. So
Hmm.
David Cronenberg is one of the inspirations for this, as well as Yorgos Lanthimos. Some of the cinematography is very unsettling, unnerving.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, no, me myself, I'm a acting student, and personally one of my favorite genres is like dealing with horror short films because I feel sometimes those horror movies, they take so long to build up and to get to the point, but
Hmm.
then, you start dealing with the short films and you kind of have to make yourself get to the point. But also, you always tend the line of some people might think, some stuff is cheesy or some stuff is rush, so it's always a thin line to teeter.
Hmm.
But I'm happy to hear that everything worked out with your film and everything. And yeah, no, talk to me about the cinematography for your film. What kind of like vibes did you try to go for with the film? Are you dealing with more of a psychological theme to resemble through the cinematography, or are you kind of looking at it through like a more brutalist lens?
More psychological. And also playing with the aspect ratio. When
Hmm.
I talked to my cinematographer, which funny enough, I didn't realize it. He's also in the film festival with one of his shorts. I think his is Edie, but Jake
Oh, okay.
Agala is the cinematographer for Pour Your Heart Out.
Hmm.
And
Awesome.
that was the first time I actually met him. That like literally we were on set. And the first thing I talked to him was like, "Hey, I want this thing to feel claustrophobic." And he goes, "Oh, duh."
Hmm.
So when we were filming it, the aspect ratio was a big importance of it.
Hmm.
Just the claustrophobic nature, especially with our main lead being enclosed in the whole entire time. So that was one of the cinematography looks. Also, a lot of like opposing shots,
Hmm.
where in the very beginning, when they're sitting down at the dinner table, there is our main lead, Allie. She's sitting right on the far left right frame or far left frame, and then
Hmm.
our main antagonist, Edgar, is sitting on the left side. And if you look at it in a perspective of like if you put both those frames together, they're basically sitting back to back against each other, showing there is like a dividtive like side to them,
Nice.
that they're very, very distant from each other, not even like looking
Hmm.
at each other really. Um,
Hmm. I was
okay.
gonna say those shots are almost like showing those two separate worlds every time it goes back and forth.
Yeah. And then when it gets more and more to where she keeps, spoiler alert, when she pours her heart out, literally ripping more pieces out of her body, and feeding it to her, she's trying to be more closer to him. So there's a shot in the second dinner scene where she's more middle frame and like looking directly at him on the far left side, and we're still back
Hmm.
on the right side with him, but at least they're looking at each other. Um, and yeah, I wanted to be like, oh, now she's trying to get more and more into his world, but he's still neglecting her the whole time.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Well, one last question I have to ask you is if you want to tell everyone what kind of like what are your media tags? Like what are your media tags? And do you do any other work outside of short horror films? And if so, what are those? And if not, what upcoming projects are you working
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, so my Instagram handles are I have two of them. My personal one is I'm famous TAG, or you could just look up Torey Gerace.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, which is a little bit outside of what I do, it's Tag Movie Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we do a lot of filmmaking on the side where I do a lot of producing. Um,
Awesome.
besides like producing and directing and writing my own short stuff, we do a lot of other shorts as well. Another person that I just realized was in the on your list was Diego Ramos, whose film Rock of the Dead is also featured in your guys's
He's
film
next.
festival. Yeah, I know he's actually texting me. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm on set." But his short we did his um I think a few more shorts after Pour Your Heart Out. Um but like yeah, no, we want to build a community with it, and we build this small little community of filmmakers who just want to make art, whether they
Yeah.
want to like they get to pick and choose what they want. I don't usually give like, oh well, you're cinematographer for this one, you're actually. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
like to make sure everybody wants to do what they want. So that's a little bit about Tag Movie Productions. But right now we're in film festival runs with a short that I just finished, which is part of a three-part trilogy with Pour Your Heart Out called You're
Okay.
Perfect. They're kind of in the same ballpark where it's about relationships and stuff. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but this one is, I would say, far more gruesome than your Pour Your Heart Out. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to finish it because I would have loved to have submitted it to the Trill Vision and have people check that one out. But for right now, Pour Your Heart Out is
Don't worry, we'll have another one.
yeah, Pour, Pour Your Heart Out is out, and it's my personal favorite. I think it's one of my more uh therapeutic one, and I would
Hmm.
say it's very much like this is where everything started for us as in terms of our filmmaking journey. And yeah, I'm just happy that you guys are showing it and sharing it with everybody. I really like what you guys are doing here at Trill Vision.
Of course, man. No, I'm super excited as well for that. I already said how much I love like short horror films, but I love seeing quality
Mhm.
with those, and especially seeing like at the on the film festival level, it's not a lot of, in my opinion, I never really see too much quality with those. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to have you here with us to express that with everyone, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Are there any streaming as far as YouTube or anything?
Yeah, so YouTube, we have Tag Movie Productions as well.
Okay,
We do have quite a few shorts that are on there as well, that we've done in the past. Couple of horror shorts, couple of comedies. We have one action that was supposedly lost that we ended up finding. We made it like kind of
nice.
like a VHS tape that was lost and found, and now we found
Mm-hmm.
it to share. But yeah, no, Tag Movie Productions, we do a lot of like trailers, special features, like commentaries, like behind the scenes footage. We have a big documentary of the making of You're Perfect coming out soon.
Awesome.
But yeah, if you definitely check that out, it's I feel like that's the embodiment of just everything that we've done.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I just want to say, first off, thank you, Tori, for taking this time to sit with all of us and dive into your film a little bit. And also thank you for submitting it and allowing that to be shown to everyone else, man. Unless you have any other questions, for me, I hope you have a great rest of your day today, man.
Ah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course, of course.